Hello there lovely people, it's Alex from Nintendo Life here, and welcome to Ask Alex, the show where you ask me your burning Nintendo questions, and I do my very best to answer them. Remember, if you want to ask me a question that may well be featured in a future video, you can always click the link in the description, it'll take you exactly where you need to go. Now, kicking straight off with the big question, Leon has asked me, what is my favourite Nintendo controller? Now, to narrow it down to one would be quite difficult. I mean, I do have a favourite, but I don't just want to talk about one controller. So instead, I'm going to take you through just a few that I think are really, really great. Keeping things topical, there is, of course, the Wii U gamepad. Now, this thing is fantastic. It has a screen. It's not the most comfortable controller in the world, but it does have tremendous controls. It's a shame that it doesn't have analog triggers on the back, but you can't have everything. I mean, it's got a flaming screen in the middle of it. Going back a few years, you have the N64 controller. Now, this thing basically was my childhood. It's got a very strange three-handled setup, but it works really well. You can hold it like that, or you can hold it like that, which most games did, using the revolutionary analog stick. Now, going back even further, we've got the SNES controller. Now, this thing is just brilliant. It's just so simple, it's ultra comfortable. I mean, I play so many games with this game on my Retron 5. It's just an absolute joy. So simple, lovely responsive buttons, shoulder buttons. It's everything you want in a retro controller. Now, bringing things a little more up to date, we have the GameCube controller, or more specifically, the Wavebird. The first proper, like genuine, really works out of the box wireless controller. My God, it's amazing. I didn't have one until a couple of years ago, but I absolutely love it to bits, and I played Brawl with this thing for uncountable hours. This next one's a bit of a novelty. It's the DK Bongos. Again, it's a GameCube controller, but it's just so crazy. I just love the fact that they went all out and actually made a controller that are bongos. And the detail on this is absolutely fantastic. I can't really show you because my camera doesn't really have any dynamic focus, but they've got this lovely wood grain. It just really looks the business, and it's so satisfying to play. And finally, we have my favourite controller of all time created by Nintendo. It's a little bit boring, but it's quite simply the Wii U Pro controller. This thing is just everything you need. Again, one downside is that the triggers are only digital, they're not analog. But apart from that, it's just perfect. I honestly can't find any other faults with it. It's got about an 85-hour battery life. Everything's just in a spectacular position. The D-pad is a Nintendo D-pad, so it's bound to be good. Just honestly, this thing is the business. So the Wii U Pro controller is my favourite controller of all time. However, I do have one last honourable mention, and it's not a Nintendo controller, but it was the first controller I ever owned. It's the Master System controller. It's got nice responsive buttons, and that's about the nicest thing you can say about it, but I love it anyway. Quickfire questions now, and Casper has asked me, how likely are we to see a remake or re-release of Super Mario Sunshine? Frankly, I think it's pretty likely. I mean, we've had the re-release of Super Mario Galaxy 2 on the Wii U eShop. However, I do think that Nintendo really do love these old games, and Super Mario Sunshine is one that's been kept in the shade for too long. PokerSam has asked me, what do I think Splatoon's upcoming game mode, Rainmaker, will be? Well, at the moment, the only thing we know about it, apart from the name, is that it will involve this fish. This is the only image we have at the moment of Rainmaker, and generally I think maybe it could be something to do with the fish spraying out a load of ink all over one area. Maybe when you shoot enough of your ink colour into it, it then sprays out the rest. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. And finally, Maxim has asked me, what obscure games would I like to appear on the Virtual Console? Easy peasy, I'd love to see Wet Tricks from the N64 and Tetrasphere from the N64. Yeah, I was a bit of an N64 nut when I was a child, but those are the two games that I'd really like to see appear on the Virtual Console, and if it happened, I would be absolutely giddy as a schoolboy. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you treat that subscribe button like a pair of bongos, and be sure to check out NintendoLife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo-related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye-bye.